Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go. Ready? Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Clayton Gathers makes the stop.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Here's a short little toss to Carrier. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Let's go.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Love. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. This is Marlon Mack, 3rd-year running back. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marlon Mack, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On first down, Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Check 26, check 26. 11. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Hey, Mike 7.
After the interception, it's Love. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Carl Joseph came roaring in on the safety blitz.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now Luck defers to Mack. Arden Key, the ex-LSU Tiger, there on the stop.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On third down, a run by Mack. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like...
The football comes out. Jacobs lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs, and he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check three. Check safety.
This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 44. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here.
What now? Heavy. 185. Check. Lucky. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now Carr, able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Carr now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr, man open left side is Brown. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one a first down pickup of 8. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Carr to throw. It's a screen to Richard. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr, and down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a first down throw, Luck. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Luck gives this one off to Mack. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Love. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. Back deep, Antonio Brown.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Jacobs. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that would be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
That's taken on the 25.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
He's checking. Mexico.
On the handoff, it's Mack. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun on third down, Luck. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Luck on first down. Flush to his right. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down.
Perfect down the tackle. A gain of 3 brings up second down at the 44-yard line.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Running on first down with Ware. And some room to roam now. And a cut to the right and some open field here. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Spencer Ware, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
You got 6-18. You got see me and you nightmare.
To throw again, Carr. Here's a short little toss to Carrier. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He gets it to Brown, complete. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. First 9 seasons in the league for Brown were, of course, in Pittsburgh. Last year, though, growing concerns of his dissatisfaction in his role with the Steelers and the quibbles with Ben Roethlisberger. So he ends up being traded to the Raiders in March. 7-time Pro Bowler, 6 straight years of at least 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Not a bad stretch. What a talent for Derek Carr to have on his side. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
61, matchbox light.
From the 44, Carr. There's a short little toss to Carrier. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Carr now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Carr. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Carr to throw again. Over the middle here to Brown. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 32-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Carr now on first down. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jalen Richard, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
49, check 49, check 49. 25, check 25, check 25.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Luck. He's got this to his running back, Spencer Ware. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll fake it. Now Locke. This goes out right to Doyle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another 1st down.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
On 1st down, Mack. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
To throw is Locke. Being chased out left. And this will be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, this is Ware. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Stepping, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Andrew Luck, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And maybe there that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Now the pass to Grant, and he's got it. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 41-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores. And they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On the ground, it's Mack. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd and 9, Luck. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
From the gun, here's Luck. It's a Funchess complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And he's taken down inside the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Room here to run. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
And that play was run exactly as it was drawn up. He followed his blockers all the way into the end zone. Good vision by the runner behind terrific blocking.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Well, that right there is what Jalen Richard can bring to this offense. I mean, last year, yes, he had 55 carries, but they used him more as a receiver. He had 68 catches in 2018, which was tied for the team lead. Really adds a nice element to the backfield for Derek Carr and company. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and that takes us from second to third down. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing his car on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 44-yard line. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Again, they'll throw with Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out then.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
53. Hey, Delta. Hey, quiet down. 53's the mic. 53, check 53.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Defense wins championships, baby.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Mack. Josh Morrow on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for Indianapolis, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.